All right, hello and welcome back to Sea of Darkness. Let's see, we open the chest.
Check.
We did this.
That's done.
Got Gunner's box.
That's done.
This.
That's done. That's done.
Wow, a lot of things we just didn't.
Did that. Check.
All right.
Did that.
So now we just need to track down the
Haven't
treasure's
done that.
location. But first, let's read through Lawrence's complete journal now that we have the whole thing. So December 21st, 1786. My dearest little girl, if you have come this far, then my hope is that you will discover that which is rightfully yours. For your mother and I have surely perished. In what manner, I know not, but know that my love for you transcends anything in this world or the next. As you will undoubtedly learn, this ship contains many secrets, some my own and some of the men who came before me. This journal contains the only truth on the matter I have ever written. I am no Dutchman, and the Heerlijkheid is not my ship. As a boy, I lived in Manchester, far from the sea. I went to London seeking a quiet life and instead found the call of the waves too strong to ignore. I joined the first crew, which offered me a decent coin, and hopped aboard a sturdy English ship. Not half a year into our course, we were overtaken by pirates at sea. As they levied their guns at us and demanded our surrender, we gave ourselves over to a new master gladly, for the original captain had been deeply cruel to us. I still remember the moment our new pirate captain first looked at me. Though his skin had been worn rough like bark, with sun and age, his eyes were a deep, piercing gray and full of shrewd intelligence. He called himself John North, though I have never known whether that was his true name, and I soon came to love him as my own brother. North always knew how to wiggle out of any situation, whether we were lost at sea or stranded on an island with dwindling supplies, or else terribly outnumbered by foes. We always managed to make it out with not more than the shirts on our backs. Soon my heart forgot England entirely and yearned only for adventure with him. He spoke infrequently of his father, a lord with whom he was on poor terms, but I never learned anything more of where he came from or what he was after. Soon he had handed ownership of the ship to me, declaring me the best navigator among our crew. I handled the charts and helm, and he handled the gold. It was a glorious partnership. Several years passed, and we conquered all the waters of the world. North tracked the movements of the English Navy with an intensity bordering on madness. He claimed a magnificent catch was coming our way, a ship called the Heerlijkheid, belonging directly to the Dutch East India's Company, most elite and private fleet. The ship, he claimed, contained a massive fortune, a treasure of worth beyond comprehension, elaborately concealed within the ship's walls. When we've stolen this treasure, my good Lawrence, we'll be the richest men in the world, he told me. We'll buy the largest home in Piccadilly and live like proper gentlemen. Though his estimations seemed feverish and ill-advised, I trusted in him, and sailed us to intercept the ship just north of Cape Town. We succeeded. We fought. We captured the Heerlijkheid. Our remaining crew was thin, but North managed to locate the treasure behind a false wall in the ship's hold, where you now stand. We had never seen wealth of such a size. We assessed immediately that we could not simply dock a Dutch ship into a major port and disperse a treasure of this sum unnoticed. No, we must conceal it and return with a proper vessel later. We sailed north to nestle the gold amongst snow and ice. Far away from any privateer outpost or navy crossing, we felt confident it would remain hidden. Over the ensuing year, we discovered a number of strange things on board, detailed contraptions so intricate as to be startling in their craftsmanship. Who created them? For what purpose was the gold intended? We never learned either answer. We buried the treasure deep within an ice cavern we found there. We had to carry it overland through deep snow, but it was worth it. A fortress so impenetrable that no one would ever find it through accident alone. Within those caverns sleeps the wealth of an entire company. But as we sailed away from Iceland, the sky darkened, and mighty rumblings shook the very waters. Soon the air was thick with blackened smoke. The superstitious among our crew dove flat on the deck and cowered, but I grabbed the helm and turned us back towards Iceland's shores. We were safer on land. As the chalky air grew thick to breathe, I felt myself growing faint and collapsed with my arms clutched around the helm. I wove my hands through the wheel and prayed with all my might. The ship shuddered. There was a thunderous roar. I shut my eyes, and then nothing. When I awoke, I was lying on my back with the most striking woman I had ever seen standing over me. She gave me water and helped me to drink. I did, and it was good to be alive. Her eyes were sharp, though she looked tired. Do you speak English? I asked her. Yes, little, she said, and smiled. We have an English priest. I am Alda. I felt at peace and looked about me. But where is my first mate, John North? He was on deck with me. We've a magnificent story to tell. Your friend is gone, the woman said, and shook her head. The sky is dark. Laki still erupts. We found only you and a couple of men in the hold. The others, well, the water is very cold. I felt my heart sink as I looked around the narrow wooden hut where I had been brought. Black dust slipped through the cracks in the window, and beyond the walls a faint rumbling like the growl of some furious beast. They think I am their savior. They are mistaken. In the months which followed, I gave the town just enough to preserve my own head. These people know only how to demand from one another, to fight amongst themselves. There is no hope for this desolate place. They'll never see a whit of my gold. Of that I am certain. Tomorrow I will flee, with you and your mother in tow. The two of us have done everything in our power to ensure our escape. With hope, you will never need to read this journal. But if some day you must, trust in the clues we have left for you. I have faith. You have my song and the ship. The directions listed here, and you have my love. With that, you will surely find your way to the treasure. I wish with all my heart that I could be there to see you grow old and to explore the world with you and your mother. I hope that the gold can serve in some small way as my apology. May it bring you some amount of happiness and freedom in this world. Your father, Lawrence. All right, kind of a long story, but interesting. And then I'm not actually going to read this whole song because that will get a little annoying, but the word I couldn't keep. So basically, this is a song here that I think we'll actually just completely come back to at the end, but that is actually the end of the journal. So the last thing we have is the cave map here. So let's head out to the ice cave, where it seems that the treasure is hidden. And when we get there, we'll read a little bit more of these instructions. Elizabeth's still here? Oops, know what I meant to do. No, she is not. Okay. In fact, I don't know if anyone is still around. Let's see if Dagny's there. Nope. So everyone's kind of missing. Let's head off to the cave and see what we can find. Alright, so as we come in, we have a few different sets of instructions. Clues Lawrence left behind have confirmed the treasure is not the ship. Town would eventually turn against him and decided to hide the treasure elsewhere. In the ice caves, we're able to recreate the first steps, and clearly the caves run deeper than we realized. There must be more pages than Lawrence's journal that will reveal the final steps to take. Enter the caves, turn right at the red pumice stones. There's red pumice, turn right. Walk forward to the high ledge with red stone, climbing up and over, then down past the yellow. Alright, so high ledge, red stone, yellow, over that. Pumice stone, continue forward until the tunnel splits, levels, and go up, then turn right at the cluster of 5 stalagmites. Keep going till it splits, and instead of going down, we're going to go up. And oops, cluster of 5 stalagmites, we turn right and continue forward to a large cavern. All right, so let's just continue on. Went too far. All right, turn around. There we go. So we've come to a large cavern. Oops. Now we'll get to the second set of instructions. Head into the right tunnel and continue forward 2 steps. Then turn left and take 1 step forward. So right tunnel, 2 steps, then left. Right tunnel, 1, 2. And it looks like we'll have to crack through here. Who's this?
Who are you? Did you just come to the wall?
Magnus?
Yeah.
I'm Nancy. I'm here to get you out.
I love how calm he is.
Are you hurt anywhere?
No, but he's coming back.
Who is?
Sorry.
I knew it. His polite demeanor was all an act, wasn't it?
It's true. He kept me here alone at first. Tried to get me to talk. Thought I was hiding information. But when he found out I truly didn't know the treasure's final location, he grew angry. Very angry. I don't know what he's gone and done now, or when he's coming back. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
Oh, you've been in a cave for the last few days. I don't think you had any part in this.
I did, though. Long before the festival. Nearly all my life, I treated Soren poorly, just because I was told to. We all did. That would make anyone furious. Now it's come to this. And it's driven him mad.
Let's see. Maybe he can be reasoned with.
Maybe Soren can be reasoned with.
I think he can, but it may be too late. He's caused a lot of trouble. We're not out of danger yet, either. Maybe this is a wake-up call for all of us.
Come on, Magnus. I promised Elizabeth I'd bring you back in one piece, and I don't like to disappoint.
Elizabeth? Is she alright? I need to talk to her. I made a terrible mistake.
She's A-okay. Let's get out of here. I know just the girl to find us some backup. Alex, are you there?
Am I ever not? What's the sitch?
Alex
not
to the
great.
rescue.
I'm somewhere inside the volcanic caves near Skiprot. I have Magnus with me, and I think we're kind of in dire straits here. Soren's the one responsible for all this.
Nancy, you're breaking up. Did you say Soren? Nancy? Nancy, I'm gonna distract someone. Hang in there.
No signal. I guess we'll have to find a way out on our own. What was that?
Uh-oh. Oh no! Cave in.
Soren, leave her out of this.
Hello, Nancy.
Nancy, stay right there. I'm going to go get help.
Soren, I can't believe you do all this. That bruise on your face, selling the shipwrights. You lied to me. You were using us all to find the treasure for you. But you're still missing something, aren't you?
Oh, Nancy, you're a very smart girl. You know exactly why we're here. You're gonna find that treasure for me right now. Just you, me, and Gudrun here.
Gudrun. Alright, so we're going to read a little bit more of the instructions here. Turn left, take one small step. Buried into the cave wall to your left will be a chest containing a paltry sum. Should you be followed or forced by the town's treachery, simply reveal the decoy chest. Alright, so let's go left, and I think here at the base of the wall.
Look, there's your treasure.
The crest of the Dutch East India Company. And the detail, it's exquisite. After all these years, I found it. It was all worth it. Well, I think it's high time I vanished. Goodbye, Nancy. I won't be back, but I'm sure you'll make it out of here eventually. That is, if you don't starve or freeze first. Give those xenophobic idiots my regards.
Wait, Soren!
That seems unsafe. For both of them. Well then, that apparently was just a kind of false chest, so the true treasure lies beyond this. Retrace your steps to the decoy treasure location. You'll find another passage leading up from there. Follow it. Now recall the words I've sung to you so many times before. Press the images in the order they appear from start to end, and these words, with these words as your guiding light. All right, so let's continue on here. Crack through, move forward.
Wow, this has to be the real treasure. It's not a myth after all. These
So we can
lines
see
are
here.
from Lawrence's final letter. I just need to press them correctly.
All right, so like I said, I'm not going to read this whole song. It'll get a little bit too repetitive, but foreign shore behind me, 100 more to go, on stormy seas and starless nights, caught in a cold wind's blow. So many years have put my battered bow up to the test, a long-forgotten promise coming home at last to rest. So basically, we just kind of need to depress the items in order as they appear in this song. So if we look on here, I think, let's see, we have the wave first, kind of the stormy seas, and then the second thing that he mentioned was the wind here, caught in cold winds blow, If you do it out of order, it'll just kind of reset, so there's not a huge amount lost. But cold winds blow, and then battered bow. Let's see. I wrote these all down just so I would know. The next thing. All right, we'll go through. It's better that way. Even in the darkness, something calls for me to find, and cities may all turn to ash, and stone walls fall to time. My love still lies there, buried under silent ice, in sleep. Okay. A grave left unattended by the word I couldn't keep. So we have the grave. All right. I stole from you another, but you knew I'd leave someday. I felt the tide pull on my bones. Told you I couldn't stay. Bones is next. All right. Where'd you go? There you are. I made a bet that I'd return, and someday soon I will, and though I'm many years too late, I hope you've waited still, for even in this darkness something calls for me to find, and cities may all turn to ash, and stone walls fall to time, my love still lies buried under ice, blah, blah, blah. I've been to Kalon's bluest coasts, and back to Amsterdam, conquered mighty swells with just the line beneath my hands, and now I rest far in the north, a broken heart to lie. So, north, broken heart. Forever under tattered sails and neath a blackened sky, which is actually the last pieces we truly need. So sails and blackened sky. And with this...
I must have been the first to get this far. This is incredible.
Nancy, are you back there?
Magnus, I'm here. I found the real deal. But I think I'm stuck now. I'm not sure how to get over to the exit.
Hello.
Well, that works too.
So, the treasure Soren found was a fake?
Yes, Captain Lawrence hid the real chest so that only his true descendants knew where to find it.
Well, it's yours now.
I don't think so. This treasure belongs to the town, not me.
Oh, I guess we got a signal again.
Nancy, thank goodness. We have Soren in custody. My guys caught him right as he was leaving the caves.
That was close. What should we do with him?
Just because I think this is hilarious. I mean, he did try to kill us on multiple occasions and kidnapped Magnus for almost a week. I like to say we can just...
Soren can be reasoned with. Things just got a little out of hand.
A little out of hand.
Close eye on him until we get back to town.
You got it, lady. See you soon.
I think I'm calling this case closed. Dear Hannah, the secret of Skiprot's famous treasure is finally put to rest, and the case is closed. Soren confessed to his crimes as soon as Magnus and I caught up with him. As it turns out, he was the one following Magnus all along, looking for his chance to take the treasure for himself. Soren was ordered to complete 1,000 hours of community service in lieu of jail time, and he took the sentence very seriously. He's been incredibly active around town ever since. The treasure is in good hands with Elizabeth. Her family legacy has finally come full circle. Magnus apologized to Elizabeth for having been so distant leading up to the festival. The two of them are doing well, and Magnus finally got that ship he's always dreamed of. He and Elizabeth packed their things and left to travel the world. And of course, Toomey went too. I just got a call from Elizabeth. I think they're somewhere near Thailand as we speak. Elizabeth left the Misty Skip pub in Gunner's hands while she's gone. Gunner seems to be happier than ever. He's back on his feet, and he even took me out on a fishing trip. He's still pretty cranky when it comes to tourists, but I think he'll get the hang of things. Soren's helping Gunner out with the pub as part of his community service arrangement, and he seems to be settling in. People are still wary of Soren, but they're starting to warm up to him in a way they haven't before. The attitude around town is definitely changing. Dagny and Magnus donated their exploration rights to the Heerlijkheid back to Skiprot. The ship is now fully public property and is open to tourists at all times of the year. Dagny stayed in Skiprot for a little while, but she split soon after she got her share of the treasure. At first she seemed content to stay, but after a couple of days with no action, it seemed like she was itching to get out on the road. She didn't say much about where she was going, but I later found a note in my room at the pub. Catch you later, friend. Ned was thrilled to get his original replica Viking sword, and he's been taking it with him everywhere, to parties, to football practice, even to shower. I think he likes it. We made a pact, too. Next anniversary, we celebrate together. in person. As for me, I think my time in the land of fire and ice is coming to a close. I'll miss the sky full of stars, but I've been in darkness a long time now. I can't wait to see the sun again. Love, Nancy.
Ship's favorite is of a lion. I don't know why we have a trivia game at the end, but all right. So we got a number of I don't know, little rewards here. We apparently solved the trivia game. We had a good relationship with Ned. We didn't use any cheats. Receptionist, I don't even remember what this is for, honestly. Maybe listening to all the voicemails, which I don't know why you wouldn't. This is for doing enough of the making the foods to make money. This is if you played more of the language game. I think these are for like if you go back and forth on the tides or if you sleep enough nights. I don't really remember. This is if you spend enough time in the cave, but it's not overly interesting.
Nancy, it's me, Deirdre. I know you're not exactly president of my fan club, but listen, I need your help. Someone really important to me is in danger. Things are going from bad to worse. People are even saying she's some kind of witch. Nancy, if you don't help me, I don't think she's gonna make it out of this alive.
Join me on my next adventure.
Exciting. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of Sea of Darkness. Let the credits roll a bit here. Listen to Elizabeth sing our theme song.
From another, but you knew I'd leave someday. I felt the tide pull on my bones, told you I couldn't stay. I made a bet that I'd return, and someday soon I will. And though I'm many years too late, I hope you've waited still. For even in this darkness, something calls for me to find, and cities may all turn to ash, and stone walls fall to time. My love still lies there buried under silent ice and sleep, a grave left unattended by the word I couldn't keep. I've been to Ceylon's bluest coasts and back to Amsterdam, and conquered mighty swells with just the line beneath my hands. And now I rest far in the north, a broken heart to lie forever under tattered sails and neath a blackened sky. Yet even in this darkness, something calls for me to find, and cities may all turn to ash, and stone walls fall to time. My love still lies there buried under silent ice and sleep, a grave left unattended by the word I couldn't keep. For even in this darkness, something calls for me to find, and cities may all turn
All right. I think that brings us to the end. Hope you enjoyed, and till next time, see ya.